Hi there, I'm Jarvis, and we're all going to die. It's true, technically. I didn't say when. There's a pandemic sweeping the nation, and it's not the one you think. Kids everywhere are being affected by what experts are calling a brand new strain of FOMO known as FOMC. The fear of missing clout. FOMC is spreading like wildfire. Also, the parties these kids are having are both wild and fire. Hi, I'm Dad. In all seriousness, these young YouTubers can't stop partying. And in the words of OG YouTuber Will Smith, parents just don't understand. Look, these influencers can't seem to stay home, and I think it's because the walls in their house are boring. That's where today's sponsor, Display, comes in. Display is a service that creates beautiful metal posters that can turn your boring walls into cool walls. And for every display sold, they plant a tree, so you're also helping the environment. You mount displays to your wall with this fancy magnet thing, and it's easy as staying home and not going to quarantine parties. You won't even damage your wall. There's a display designed for pretty much anything, but just off the top of my head, you could get a display for Bulgarian snack cake / our fearless leader. The possibilities are endless. Using the link in my description, you'll get 30% off your order, so definitely do that. I'm not saying the display will cure your need to party during quarantine, but it will. Thanks again to Display for sponsoring this video. Let's start with the young influencer that needs no introduction, except for this one of me introducing him. Jake Paul. Jake Paul's 2020 has been excellent by all accounts. A couple months ago, he tweeted out that this had been his biggest year of growth and he'd learned so much about himself that he never knew. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to fail. It's okay to change who you are. It's okay to not be right. Be patient. Great things are coming. And boy, was he wrong. Well, he's right about a few things. It is okay to not have all the answers. Like, for example, should you have a bunch of illegal guns in your mansion? Yes or no? No? See, I would have gotten that one wrong. He also took a valiant stance against YouTube for holding him accountable for his actions. So that was cool to see. Let's not let YouTube win here. They do this to creators whenever they please, whenever they see a risk, whenever they want to protect themselves. I'm one of YouTuber's riskiest creators and they're punishing me for it. New videos out now. Always be plugging. YouTube has me shadow banned and won't push my videos to whoever is subscribed because the videos are unsuitable for their audience. We're too much of a publicity risk for them. I guess that's technically true, but he's really missing the major point here that his videos are dangerous content. He's not a good influence. This stupid China shop won't let me, a bull, into it because I'm too much of a publicity risk for them. I mean, come on. This is oppression. So swipe up if you haven't seen this week's rated R video, and let's not let YouTube stop the movement. What is the movement? Well, you'll see a few short weeks later, Jake tweeted out grass. So that should clear everything up.
YouTube star Jake Paul has made a name for himself doing dangerous stunts, but now he's being accused of putting scores of other people at risk.
More outrageous footage is emerging from an out-of-control party at a mansion in California. The new video shows partygoers precariously dangling from an excavator, then falling to the ground. No one is wearing masks or social distancing.
I can't help but think they're focusing on the wrong thing here. Footage of YouTube celebrity Jake Paul's mansion party features guests being flung hundreds of feet in the air via human catapult to their eventual death. And from the looks of it, not a single person washed their hands. Bad. Clearly these people are being irresponsible. You don't have to convince us of that. Also, this video gives Jake way too much credit. It's called Jake Paul's seemingly not socially distant party criticized. Why did you have to cut him so much slack? Is this what journalism is? Based on the available footage, we cannot empirically confirm or deny that social distancing was happening at the party. But fortunately, we've partnered with the MIT mathematics department to get to the bottom of the case. Coming to you live from MIT is our nerd correspondent, Carl. Carl? Thanks, Jevin. Those who are familiar with the Lord of the Rings films will be aware of Peter Jackson's masterful use of forced perspective. These simple camera tricks allowed Gandalf the Grey to appear 9 feet tall compared to his Hobbit counterpart. Where's this going? And we think Jake may have employed similar tactics for his party. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's my turn on the excavator. Jevin? Thanks, Carl. What fun! Now, we can't say for sure, but some think that Jake Paul's party is bad. We reached out to the Paul camper comment, and they simply replied, grass. Back to you, Jarvis. Well, that's a bit I enjoyed too much. So to my knowledge, Jake Paul hasn't responded to this except for when Tyler Oakley tweeted, "Fuck Jake Paul," and Jake retweeted it because I assume it makes him stronger. Well, that and eating Reese's Puffs out of a shoe. Nah, it's an influencer thing. You probably wouldn't get it. Then this creator, Tanner Fox, who went to Jake's party, ended up testing positive for coronavirus and told Jake about it. And they're just like laughing like on the call and not taking it seriously.
I woke up and I felt a little bit off, so I went and got a COVID-19 test, and it actually came back positive.
Nah, you're tripping.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're not joking?
I'm really not joking right now, man. I swear. I swear to God.
Well,
Eventually they take it seriously, but it's a pretty weird look. During the video, someone in the background literally yells, "We don't care."
Are you worried about it?
not really. We don't care.
So, the children are our future. Anyway, enough of that old geezer. Let's talk about the new kids on the block. One of the largest party perpetrators, one of the largest party perps is the creator houses, which almost exclusively refers to TikTok creators. You got Hype House, Sway House, Haunted House, Corey in the House. Oh, you've never heard of Corey in the House? It's a it's a TikTok house exclusively for fans of Disney Channel in the mid-2000s. Pretty niche, but the parties are sick. What's that sound?
A cough?
No, that sound.
New TikTok house.
New TikTok house alert. It's a good thing we installed that alarm because these TikTok houses are multiplying at an alarming rate. Still dad. Which brings me to Alpha House, a brand new creator house that launched a week ago in a pandemic. So we're still making creator houses in a pandemic, it seems. Now that's sick. I'm dying. Alpha House was in the news recently because they broke the speedrun record for fastest time from house creation to quarantine party. They've apparently had a party almost every night, according to neighbors and anonymous sources. And apparently the last party they had like 150 people. So more like Omega House, am I right? I hate watching these teens be sexy. It feels so, I don't want to be exposed to this. Stop it, quit it. Stop. New creator mansion alert. The Alpha House launched on Saturday. It's a 6-bedroom sprawling pad in the valley made up of all 17-year-old and 18-year-old influencers. Like, is that a rule? Like, if you're not 17 or 18, you're not allowed in Alpha House? That seems, I mean, that would be a little short-sighted, if you ask me. Like, what's supposed to happen next year? Is that Beta House's problem? What about when somebody has a birthday? Do you have to, like, sit them down? Look, Tanner, it's been a great 6 months with you here at Alpha House, but as today is your birthday, now you must die. I'm kind of jealous because it seems like they have like fraternities and stuff and they didn't even have to go to college. Back in my day, if I wanted Greek life, I had to go to the Parthenon. History Dad. We can't talk about these quarantine ragers without mentioning the House of Hype itself. There's this New York Times article, Why Influencers Won't Stop Partying Anytime Soon, that kind of chronicles all of the influencer party shenanigans, including the fact that none of these people are wearing masks. So, first things first, you know. Pretty much everybody was there. Emma Chamberlain, James Charles, the D'Amelio sisters, the Sway Boys. Everybody knows them. Hype House has become notorious for their quarantine ragers. In fact, they blazed the trail of partying without masks. Watch out, parents. These kids are a bad influence. This article is full of these kids making excuses for why they're partying with hundreds of people. The worst of which is that this is their job. Come on, we gotta go to the party. Our fans want to see us die. Thomas Petru, who I think is the founder of Hype House, is 21. So he wouldn't survive a day in Alpha House. Our jobs are to entertain people. We live with groups of people and we're all intertwined with work. We can't put our entire lives on hold for a year and not make any money. I know this guy is 21, but he may as well be a 16-year-old Bobby Tarantino, because this is some straight up teen logic. It's not just fun, it's work too. Mr. Petru said while doing a keg stand. Why does he think his options are have a party with hundreds of people or starve to death? You said right here you live with groups of people, so just make content with them. You don't want to be riding with the Sway Boys, because from the looks of it, they don't even practice proper seatbelt safety. I kind of get that it would feel like you're putting your life on hold if you stopped partying, but what you have to understand is that if you keep partying, you may be putting other people's lives on stop. And this is just a little business tip, you don't make money if you die, so something to keep in mind. The YouTuber Jake Paul recently hosted an event at his home in Calabasas, where guests swung from construction machinery. We know about that one. You got Sway Gaming on Monday and the Nelk Boys on Tuesday. Why does Sway Gaming and the Nelk Boys sound like a 1940s gang from a John Mulaney joke? And if anyone asks, tell them it was Sway Gaming and the Nelk Boys. So I don't know any of these people. I don't know the names of the houses clearly. I don't know the names of the influencers clearly. I guess I gotta brush up on this a bit. But I looked up Sway Gaming because I was confused, right? Like there's a Sway Gaming house and a Sway house. But it seems like the Sway Gaming house is a house where people host parties and don't play games at all. Now you may be thinking, are these parties LAN parties? No, nerd. They're cool parties, which I know a lot about. They have pizza and like no moms. So from looking into it, it seems like Sway Gaming is just trying to like clout chase on the name of Sway House because it has nothing to do with them as far as I know. And it was created by the dude who runs the Reaction Time channel. So that's weird. If you go to the Sway Gaming website, they tell you that they need to perform maintenance. So what I can say for sure is that they're not spelling in that house. So then I looked up the Nelk Boys because I was curious. And where do I start? Well, first off, they're Canadian, so you know Drake's a fan. The Nelk Boys are pictured here. I presume shortly after beating up a bunch of Best Buy employees and stealing their uniform. Since the pandemic began, the Nelk Boys have been traveling the country, spreading pranks and coronavirus. But don't judge them too quickly, because they've also got a social justice side to them. For example, they have courageously used their inalienable right to protest. What are they protesting? They're protesting the closure of gyms. What a great cause. So I'd never heard of the Nelk Boys before, and holy shit, they suck.
Who am I? What am I doing? Should I hit you? Should I not?
Somebody better give this guy what he wants, or else he's gonna eat the other Nelk Boys. This is your protest for gyms? First of all, this is terrifying. If I saw this coming down the street, I would run the other way. Also, how do you even have this idea? Bro, you know what's the biggest problem in the world right now?
Coronavirus?
I can't get my gains.
Oh, no, I was gonna say that.
I was inspired by all of these protests that are going on about, like, I don't know, Black Lives or some shit.
I don't like where this is going.
What if we had our own protest? Nay, a brotest.
A protest?
Because it's unhealthy to stay at home all day.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure COVID is worse.
Shut up, Devin. We'll wear a mask. Sometimes. Anyway, in this video, Nelk Boy / Fred Flintstone impersonator Steve Will Do It and his friend / trainer Bradley, who is best known by me for wearing a bikini for Dan Bilzerian, staged this protest to like keep Bradley's gym open.
Protest that gym should open back up.
Open back up.
If you wonder why this gym is open, it's because Brad sees a pandemic and says he sees money signs. So
No, I just...
So it's dumb. Bradley's like a big influencer and shit. Like, come on. I don't even know what you're supposed to do at a protest, but apparently it's binge drink on the street like it's fucking Mardi Gras. At one point in this video, he shotguns a White Claw in what must be the most confusing show of toxic masculinity I've ever seen. Also, the videos about the protest are somehow worse than the protest itself. They're full of jokes making light of sexual assault, of course. Hilarious, bro.
it's so perfect too. He's so used to doing it like on dresses and skirts and shit.
Assault of your own employees.
She's really pissing me off. I gotta take out my anger. I gotta take out my... Yeah, that's what you get, you dumb assistant.
Parading around the token black guy, which makes me uncomfortable.
Bradley, check out his sign. What do you think?
Yo, that's dope.
Oh, and more sex crime humor. or what those with a more refined palate may call vintage 2012 Shane Dawson.
Right now we're here at Brad's podcast room. It's his own personal gym island. It's soundproof. It's proof.
Give all the victims sign the wall and
Yeah, and then he goes on to make a joke about an underage victim. So it's really top shelf stuff. I don't have enough time to get into everything wrong with this video, but it's the most bro-y content I've ever seen. It's safe to say that the Nelk boys are up to their Nelks in quarantine festivities. Nelk dad. But this video did teach me something. It taught me that you can make any word toxic by adding the word bro to it. Excuse me, hey bro, can you point me to the bro-do section? Doctor, call me Brockter. Brockter, I'm here for my bro state exam. Bad news, babe. I just found out I was laid off. I don't know how I'm gonna provide for our family. Oh, what's that? I've been rehired. Scratch that, babe. I was rehired. Let's kick back tonight and watch an episode of Property Brothers. Yay, a happy ending. That was getting too real. So the Nelk boys are at all these parties, and there's more than just the one. I just got distracted, and we don't have time. A bunch of influencers have already apologized for showing up at these parties because everyone got mad at them, and their PR people told them to. Because it's not like they've stopped partying. There's a quote in this article from a 25-year-old creator who is basically a senior citizen by Alpha House standards. I presume they interviewed him in a nursing home. It's like COVID isn't a thing when we're at them, he said. He said he tries to stay responsible. How? You go to the parties, but you try to stay responsible? What are you, just like in a corner? I'm just here for the clout. 6 feet. Anyway, he says that people are just apologizing to save face because they show up at the parties next weekend. So this old man has a point. On the bright side, some people are seeing the light. Dixie D'Amelio, who seems perfectly nice, has said that people shouldn't be going to these parties, so that's neat. Now, this was a few days after her own birthday party, but she's 19 now, so she's matured enough to know that these parties are a bad idea. Let's raise a Dixie cup to you. Not everybody's apologizing to save face. Nope. Some of these little rabble-rousers are like, fuck you, humanity. I'm gonna celebrate my 21st birthday if it's the last thing I do. Literally. I'm willing to put everyone else at risk because my brain is still developing, and I'm baby. The little baby in question here is Bryce Hall of House Sway. First of his name, purveyor of merch, guardian of likes, ticker of talks. Apparently he had a huge 21st birthday bonanza a week ago, so we've already been knee deep into shaming influencers for partying. This man truly does not give a shit, or at least that's what he wants you to think, because it seems like his whole brand is trying really, really hard to make you think that he doesn't care.
Paparazzi asked me, but I did. I'm kind of like a really honest guy. Remember, I practice authenticity, dude. Everything that I post is real, completely.
Which is cool. I like that.
what do you guys think about Bryce's party? Because a lot of people were saying that he might have like had too many people over.
I mean, no comments. It's 21st. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's his 21st, dude.
Hard to argue with that. I mean, it is true. Everybody came to this mother party. Obviously, the Nelk boys were there. FaZe Banks was there, of course. Always got to invite him. Weirdly, Harry from Too Hot to Handle was there. I presume he was there to yell crikey and make plans for brunch.
Crikey! And then boom, girls come over, like, let's go get some brunch.
This party was a rager, man. They had male strippers dressed as cops, which is a little tasteless right now. I mean, read the room. And then the actual cop showed up, so you know that must have been awkward. It's like a real life Spider-Man meme. It's always weird. It's always weird to see your coworkers in their personal lives. What happened to Bryce? Well, nothing initially, except for he started like beefing with the city of Los Angeles. First, I want to talk about why people are going to these parties, and the short answer is, I don't know, like not fearing any consequences and the clout. If your whole brand is living out a reality show in real life, then you can't stop. You can't stop for a pandemic. There's no pandemic episodes of The Real Housewives. I guess they are doing The Bachelor, so maybe there is a safer way to do this. There's clout to be gained, there's beef to start, merch to sell. You know, how else are you gonna move units? Bryce has 21st birthday merch. How else is he gonna make those sales? Now it's a collector's item, I assume.
I just dropped, no, I didn't drop merch. It's actually dropping on my birthday. This is the birthday merch, everybody. Go cop it on my birthday. August 14th, you see the boys flexing out. They look sexy, they look great, and they look fucking lavish, boys. If you wear the merch, you actually immediately get swole because gains. Look at these, dude. You think I had this before I fucking started wearing it?
Man, I need to get into the merch game. I want to make a video of me like standing up with all my boys in the background doing absolutely nothing while I promote my merch. So maybe I should just give it a go. Next time you're thinking of going to an influencer party, don't. But if you do it with a Trying My Best face mask. Trying My Best face masks, all my boys love it. There are laws, right? Like this is not legal. I just don't understand why they're allowed to keep gathering like this because isn't it a public health risk? I'm no epidemiologist, but like, it seems like someone should step in to stop these kids who clearly don't care. I keep saying kids, but this buff guy is 31. Like, bro, what are you doing here? The mayor of LA has threatened to turn off water and power at these creator houses if they keep partying, but nothing has happened yet, which I presume is because the mayor wants to find out if Addison and Bryce are gonna get back together. Breaking news alert, the power has been shut off. And Bryce Hall said, suddenly the turns have tabled. So he's taking it very, very seriously.
I mean, we deserve it. It is illegal, but we deserve it.
Oh, okay, but we still do live in the dark times because he doesn't have coronavirus. Congrats, man. And now everybody in the replies is like, now everybody can stop getting on you because it was getting annoying. Whoever hates him, y'all are clowns. It wasn't about whether or not he had coronavirus. We're not supposed to social distancing. Don't have parties right now. It doesn't matter. Oh, you're missing the point, children. But yeah, I get how tough it could be to be a kid right now. I mean, I keep saying kid, but some of these people are not that much younger than me. But anyway, the point isn't whether or not this particular person has COVID. And it's not about whether or not this is bad. Like, we know it's bad. Everyone knows it's bad. They're still doing it anyway. And that's the problem. Anyway, I'm not going to solve the world's problems here. This situation is still developing. I just hope that we can look out for one another or something. Sentimental ending. Nice. Announcement alert, other than the face mask thing, I have a podcast. It's called Sad Boys. It's a comedy podcast about feelings. We just had internet heartthrob D'Angelo Wallace on the show, which is super cool. So definitely check that out. I'll leave some links in the description. Our next guest is the one and only Danny Gonzalez, and it was a super fun time, so look out for that one. Thanks to Theophilia and Rogaski Milishevsky Boyarsky, which is the great-grandmother of the person who sent me this message. I'm pretty sure I said it exactly perfectly correctly, but if you want me to butcher your name or pronounce it impeccably, then send me a message on Instagram or Twitter. All right, that's all I have. Goodbye.